Well, hold your hat and tie those moon boots. Bitcoin is up above 19,000. Is there any data inside the chart suggesting a possible $30,000 Bitcoin target at some point here in the near future? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. We're going to take a look at the Ethereum chart too, because my friends, that chart is absolutely insane as well. So let's begin right here on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. But of course, my friends, if you could smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, it really helps the channel. And if you are brand new, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin channel you're ever going to find. Now, here on the one-day time frame, I mean, there's not much here besides absolute and utter parabola. My friends, this is some of the most parabolic action we've seen in Bitcoin's history, right? I mean, this is on par with what we saw back in 2019 from 3,000 all the way up to 14,000, and back from 2016 into late 2017 from below 1,000 all the way up towards 20,000. Let's get this crypto. If you guys notice these Fibonacci ratios here on the side, this is going from this peak here down to this bottom here, and it's creating possible extension ratio targets, right? Now, the honey hole of Don Fibonacci, which is my favorite little pocket here, is between the 0.5 and the 0.618. I mean, Bitcoin obviously hit that target and it got stuck there, right? You see how it got stuck in this pocket here. Then it broke resistance, back tested the next Fibonacci ratio, back tested down to the 0.618 again, old resistance, then became new support, and then it ripped through resistance. And ever since that moment, it has been absolutely off to the races, right? And the reason why I'm stating this, right, that I'm not just drawing lines on a chart like a crazy person, the reason I'm showing you this is because these fib lines here have all been respected, right? We respected the golden 0.618. Found support at the 0.5, ripped up to the 0.786, found support at the 0.618, and now we've passed through the 0.786, which leaves me with only one more viable target. And what is that, my friends? Where is it? Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. It is right there at about 20,042. It depends how you pull it up on your chart and which exchange you're looking at. It may be slightly different, but chalk it up to about 20,000 flat. We have the 1.618 Fibonacci extension target all the way up in this region. It also coincides here with the psychological target of the prior all-time high. Now, the reason why I showed you guys that these fibs have been being respected is because, hey, maybe it's possible that that is where we get our sell-off, right? I'm not stating that there has to be a sell-off, right, ladies and gentlemen? Sure. I mean, before we even go down this rabbit hole, let me just discuss something. I've seen more people this week, uttering complete garbage in terms of there'll never be a sell-off again, Kirby. This is the institutions, Kirby. There's never going to be a sell-off. What dip? What dip? That's very concerning to me because of the fact that you're having a ton of new money enter the market that have obviously never been involved with Bitcoin before, that are so brazen, puffing their chests out. I'm the man now, Kirby. I'm the man now, Kirby. That's fine and all, little James. The fact of the matter is that what you're saying is really not true. You've obviously never sat through Bitcoin's volatility. You've obviously never traded Bitcoin's volatility if you think there's never going to be a dump again because it's the institutions, Fibonacci. So from how I'm observing this market right now, I'm awaiting for a sharp correction at some point, right? To get back to the original thought and why I said maybe this is where we get our sell-off, right? The reason that I'm looking for a sell-off is because in parabolic uptrends, you generally get a sharp sell-off. That doesn't mean that the bull market has to be over, right? Let's just go back into 2016 and 2017 over here, right? I just want you guys to be very well aware that Just because something goes up very quickly, sells off very quickly, doesn't mean the bull run has to be over. I mean, look at this one. Parabolic up, right down, right? Parabolic up, right down. So for me, my friends, these drops can be quite heinous, gut-wrenching, absolutely devastating. But you must have a plan, right? Because if it occurs, are you going to buy the dip? Or as the Don prefers to call it, are you going to buy the debacle? I thought of that one earlier today, ladies and gentlemen. BTD, known as Buy the Dip, the Don Fibonacci, is coining it right here, right now as Buy the Debacle. Let's get this crypto. Leave me a comment if you like Buy the Debacle, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how I'm going to refer to it from here on out. Now, is your plan, if we sell off up here, going to be to buy the debacle? If so, well, I'm going to discuss some possible targets. Or are you going to possibly short that resistance, right? Or are you just going to hold? The point being here, before we continue further with this analysis, is that you need to have a plan. If you're just going to watch Bitcoin whipsaw and go parabolic and dump without having a solid plan in your mind for your personal situation, you're probably going to fail, right? If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. It's as simple as that. And I've been preaching this on this channel for a very long time. And I'm going to say it again right now, my friends. If you haven't already subscribed, you need to subscribe right now, because this is the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. One more time, hit that thumbs up button for the algorithm, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all so you don't miss another one of these analyses, okay? Now, moving forward with the analysis, okay, now that we've discussed, the possibility here that, look, we've got 19,600 as that psychological all-time high potential resistance. We've got the 1.618 looming there right at about 20,000, all right? And, where does the $30,000 target come in? Well, my friends, this is the regular scale chart we're looking at here, right? We flip this over to logarithmic. I want to point out that the log target is all the way up there at about 30,700. Now, this does not have to mean anything, right? I'm just showing you that there is at least a Fibonacci ratio on the logarithmic scale showing that, hey, possibly if this $19,600 region is broken and there's no selling, because just like you saw in the thumbnail, it appears right now there's been no selling, right? On mass scale, we've seen nothing in terms of a serious correction here. We've seen little sell-offs, right? Little itty-bitty ones. I mean, they're quick. They've been quick. Look, these things last a day, one day at right now. I mean, this is definition parabolic action. And if we don't see any type of resistance at or around 20,000 and we just rip like a hot knife through butter through that 20K region, my friends, right now, with no prior data above that region, all the Don has to go off of right here, right now, is this 1.618 logarithmic Fibonacci extension of the 14K top pulled down to roughly the $3,800 bottom to give us that potential target right up there. Let's get this crypto. My friends, I hope that you understand that analysis in these types of market environments in such utter and sheer parabola, it's not easy. Right? This is not easy. It's going to be more clearly defined to me when we get a sell-off. I know not only myself, but other traders are looking for a sell-off to kind of reset this action, possibly look to get in positions here, possibly short, possibly long, possibly accumulate, possibly buy the debacle. But right now, this to me is just waiting to see the reaction at this level, right? I'm awaiting to see this little box here, what happens, and if we break above, what's going to happen there? Are we going to see shorts pile up here and then possibly get a short squeeze up towards that range of 21 to 22,000? And if that happens and we just continue to truck through, is this Fibonacci target around 30,000 going to come into play? So many factors here, my friends, just so many factors. And this leads me to my next bit of sentiment here. In case you weren't looking at the other markets today, Gold is seeing a sharp sell-off here. And look, I mean, this is a pretty technical breakdown. I mean, we did have a fake out here, right? Let's actually extend this box here, make this look nice and pretty for you all here. If we move this here, if I could just grab it, I don't know why it's not letting me. There we are. We had a pretty clear technical breakdown with a small fake out here, right? We were in a bearish descending triangle after, what do you know, ladies and gentlemen, a parabolic run, right? Never gonna dip again, Fibonacci. Well, little James, this is the type of thing that can possibly happen, right? And it doesn't mean that gold has to be done forever. It's going to zero, Kirby. All right, my friend, I hear that with Bitcoin and things like that all the time. But if you notice here that we did have a breakdown here on gold today and silver as well. And if you've been inside the Bitcoin / cryptocurrency market for any amount of time, you would know that Bitcoin is being touted as the new potential digital gold. And to see gold selling off here and silver selling off here over the past several weeks, this is a little odd to me, right? In the sense that basically we're seeing Bitcoin do the polar opposite of both of these assets, right? And there's no rule that says they have to be coordinated or correlated for that matter. But it's just a little interesting, my friends, as right now we are seeing the US dollar under some pressure here, right? Still in what I perceive to be an overall bearish trend. Sure, we are at the bottom of this range here, which does date all the way back into the 1980s. I'll show you that briefly, you know, as a area of confluence, right? Where right now we are essentially at the bottom of this box, possibly, you know, looking to find some support here and see what happens. But for me right now, from a daily perspective, the US dollar index is still under pressure here and is possibly on the brink of collapse if we lose this double bottom support here. You know, for me, I'm watching these two trend lines, this downward sloping resistance and this one over here, for a possible reversal in the US dollar index, which we should all know has historically not been great for Bitcoin. But if this does break down below here, we've seen that when the US dollar index has shown weakness, such as this point back here in 2017 and this point here from March 2020 up to the current day, those two occurrences in particular, okay, the first one that I showed you coincided with this historic bull run for Bitcoin. And the current instance has coincided with this historic run for Bitcoin. Oh, let's get this crypto. So you know, from a Bitcoin bullish standpoint, I think it would be great if the DXY did break down below this box here, right? I think that would be great. But we do need to watch out because if it does take a bounce here, it could wind up being bearish short term, you know, in a micro sense for both gold and Bitcoin. So I'm just watching this. I mean, it's a little bizarre, right? That gold is selling off so hard, right? I mean, look, it's been absolutely the polar opposite of Bitcoin here over the past several weeks, right? So just interesting. Let me know your thoughts with that. Leave me a comment below. Why do you think gold is seeing a sell-off and Bitcoin is seeing a parabolic run? Seriously, let me know your opinion on that, okay? And I did promise you guys here that I would look at the Ethereum chart as well. So let's take a look at that. We'll go over to the logarithmic scale. Basically, again, my friends, parabolic action, very difficult to look for entries either short or long, in my opinion, in a straight line up. But the area that I am looking at for potential resistance is basically up here between 675 to about 800 flat USD, right? And that is simply because we had resistance over here back in 2017, resistance and support here in 2018, the final resistance and support there in 2018 before the debacle. And right now, this would be our first test back up into that region. Okay, so if that is in fact to occur, it would not be abnormal, in my opinion, to find a bit of a sell-off there. Now, just like Bitcoin, let's take our Fibonacci tool to see if we get any confluence with the ratios. We will pull from that prior peak to the bottom there. Right now, my friends, it appears that we are just about at that 1.618 from this peak to this low, right? Look, I mean, it's possible. We're already in the range of extra risk, right? Put it that way, extra risk, right? No one has a crystal ball. We don't know if the market's just going to continue parabolic through there. but we are right now at that 1.618. Let's actually take another one just for a bit of an alternate perspective. We will use this right here, the prior full cycle, right? And there you go. I like that one there as well. You see how it's nice to have a double perspective, right? Where now this 1.618, when we look at this pretty much full cycle here, right? We do have a target there up around $859 USD, which is roughly coinciding here with the top of this red box of tentative resistance. Let's get this crypto. So not much on the ETH front for me there, my friends. There's always extra risk here from a long perspective or from a buying perspective. Like I said, I would much rather see this go up here and sell off and then look for confluences in indicators, possibly if we see a dump, looking for new possible support being built on ranges such as this here, right? And then you can use those to get yourself into a position on what you perceive to be a high reward, low risk trade setup. Let's get this crypto. I mean, the market is insane here today, my friends. Absolutely insane. You need to watch out for these levels that we've discussed throughout the video. And I hope you appreciate a real level-headed analysis here today. You're going to see a lot of emotions in the market. Like I've stated, I mean, and you may be one of these people that are new to the market, and that's totally fine. But you don't want to get caught up in a euphoric mindset that, it's never going to dip again, Kirby. You stink. I mean, that's just so unrealistic, my friends. This is a trading market, right? It's the institutions, though, Kirby. Great, my friend. With what it is, I mean, I understand how you're excited, but the thing is that regardless, all markets fluctuate up and down, up and down. And the fact of the matter is that Bitcoin at some point is likely going to see a harsh correction, just as we've seen all throughout prior bull markets, my friends. That's just how these things work, right? So, if it corrects, have a plan. That's all I could say. Right? Are you going to short? Are you going to buy the debacle? You need to have a plan, right? And personally, my friends, if you want to see how I'll be looking to strategize for my next trade setup idea, I will keep you updated with that exclusively in VIP. Right now, I've stated to you that it's quite difficult looking for swing trade ideas in here, right? For trade setups because of the sheer parabola. But upon a confirmation of what I see happen here over the next several days, possibly even hours at this point, I am going to be looking for what I perceive to be a high reward, low risk trade setup to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. So if you do want to see that, my friends, then I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And my friends, one last time, if you could, if you're brand new or if you've been here for a long time, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe, tick the little bell, and select all. Make sure you select all. That gives you the notifications, okay? So don't miss any more of these analyses. And post a comment down below. One, how long have you been watching this channel? Maybe how long have you been involved with Bitcoin? And if you are brand new, how do you feel about Bitcoin right now at this very moment? Because I've seen so many emotional market participants lately, ladies and gentlemen. It is quite concerning for me. Keep a level head, keep your emotions intact, and prepare to get this crypto. Okay, my friends, on that note, that is going to wrap it up for me here. Yeah, that's going to do it, okay? So until next time, my friends, I'll see you in VIP right now. The Don has spoken. Be safe. Be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto Kirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto Kirby may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto Kirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto Kirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.